Today we're going to talk about 10 easy steps to prepare a parent's home to put it on the market. You can use these steps even if you're going to be selling your own home. They're valuable steps to keep in mind. Stay all the way to the end because I'm going to go over a quick and easy way to get your home on the market within a week. Stay tuned. All right, let's get started. First step would be, let's assume that we are thinking about selling a parent's home. Unfortunately, the parent passed away and it's time to sell that home to move on. The first thing you want to do is get all of the heirs together. Go through the home. Remember, this is a very emotional process. So go through the home, see what items there are that mean a lot to you and a lot to the others in the family. And one way that I found that kind of works is tagging items that you like, that you want to keep for yourself. What we did when my mom passed away, we all had address labels or sticky notes. We went through the house and we put that note or that address label on the individual items that meant a lot to us. And if there were items that had more than one address label or sticky note on it, well, then you could either discuss it or you can draw straws, or what my husband did is they actually had a deck of cards and each person picked a card and the highest card was the one that got it. But again, you're all family. It's good to work together and understand why that item is important to you. The next thing you want to do is discuss your selling strategy for the home. Are you interested in, let's just hurry up, we need to get this sold so we can move on? Or did you want to make some repairs and do some improvements so you can get top dollar? And that's all kind of like under number one. It's kind of getting a big picture of what you want to do. So number two is you do want to secure important documents. Go through, hopefully there's a will or a trust, locate all those documents, the titles, the deeds, insurance policies, financial records. You do want to find all those. Don't be worried if you don't have a deed or you don't know even where to find it. The title company, as far as when it comes to the property itself, will do a full title search and they will be able to pull up the county records and get all the records that are involved in that house. They should also be able to find if there's any mortgages or any liens on that as well. It's good if you know that in advance, but the title company will be able to find all that information. So number three, you want to decide what to do with everything that's left after you've tagged the items, after everybody has what they want to have. What do you want to do with what's left? Do you want to have a garage sale? Do you want to have an estate sale? Do you want to donate it? Or do you just want to throw it out? There are quite a few different options. There are some organizations that will take donations. For instance, Habitat for Humanity. They'll come in and they'll look and they'll analyze what you have left. They're looking for furniture. They're looking for, and they're hoping that, it's a little bit more modern. So once they take that, then there are some other donation companies around, and even churches and other things like that. One I like to use in the area is the Grace Center for Hope. They will also come in. They'll take a lot of those other items like dishes and knickknacks and things like that, but it all does need to be boxed up. And again, then you know that this goes to underprivileged families. It goes to help out these organizations. So you can feel good about doing that. And again, there's estate sales, but I'll be honest, a lot of times when these estate sale companies come in, they look around and they are more looking at the larger items that you have left in the house, like the furniture, and your appliances and things that can actually bring them in enough from the sale in order to earn their commission, so they can actually pay for the employees that they have that are going to be coming to prepare for the sale and sit at the sale. So a lot of times they might say that there's not enough there, but don't worry, there are other options. So step number 4, let's say everything is taken care of now with what is in the house. You need to take a walk through the property and actually assess its condition. You do want to make sure that the property is safe. You want to address any tripping hazards, any peeling paint if you can. Think about what updates that maybe you can make that will increase its value to bring it up to market value and help increase, what the purchase price would be for that house. You want to decide if you do want to make any updates, if you do want to make any major repairs. But remember, any house can be sold as is. The only difference is the price needs to meet the condition. So every house will sell as long as the price meets the condition. So keep that in mind. The next thing you need to do is clean and declutter thoroughly. If you can, scrub down the bathrooms, scrub down the kitchens, wash the floors, get rid of any fingerprints and stuff that might be on the walls. A cleaner house just is more presentable. If you walk in and it smells nice and clean, that just makes a big difference. Again, I understand it's difficult, especially if it's a parent that passed away. Everybody has their own lives. Everybody has jobs. It's hard to do this, but don't worry. We can hire somebody. I have a lot of resources. So if it does come down to that, I have cleaning companies that I use, that I recommend, and I can arrange any of that for you. You also want to keep in mind curb appeal. Keep the grass cut, keep the bushes trimmed. Just try to make sure it's nice and neat and clean on the outside as well as the inside. A couple easy things to do that really gives a nice fresh refresh and pop of color would be repaint the front door. That can make a big difference. Or maybe put in some new light fixtures outside or even inside. Maybe there's an outdated light fixture in the bathroom, and just putting in a new fixture for $50 makes that bathroom look so much more updated. So keep that in mind. When it is time to sell, for today's buyers, you do want to keep in mind some of our neutralizing ideas that we have in mind. For instance, if this is something that you want to do. Every house can be sold as is. It just depends on the price and the condition. But if you are willing to make some updates, paint goes a long way. If you have some colors that maybe, your parent or yourself or somebody really liked in the house, like, that nice deep red or a burgundy or a green, they loved it. It went with their furniture. It went with everything. But today's buyers are looking for something a little bit more neutral. Their furniture might clash with that, and they might not be able to just picture their own stuff in there if the walls are wallpapered or have bright colors. So just nice neutral colors is a great way to go. Another way for staging is putting new bedding on the beds if you're gonna stage it with the furniture in it. So get a new comforter and some new pillows, and just kind of freshen it up a little bit. And take a look at the wall art, the art that's on the walls. You want to remove family pictures, and if you want, just put some neutral pictures that you might have. You can leave that on the wall, or again, just take the family pictures down. Now, again, you want to update where it counts. And like I had mentioned before, that would be, some things that just don't really cost a lot of money, like the light fixtures, like the painting the front door. You also, think about changing some of the hardware on your kitchen cabinets, even changing that out from the hardware from the 70s to a nice brushed nickel drawer pull can make a huge difference. So just, these are just a couple ideas. Again, it is not something that you have to do, but it's something that would make your parents' house or the house that you're selling just a little bit more appealing. You want that buyer when they come in to just kind of get a wow feeling and a good feeling when they walk in. The next thing to consider is some of the heating and cooling elements of the house and some of the bigger safety items. So you want to make sure that your heating and cooling system works, your plumbing works, electrical system is up to date. Just make sure everything's in working order. Check your smoke detectors. Nowadays, especially if you are considering an FHA or a VA buyer, you have to have smoke detectors in every room. They have to be operational. They have to be out in the halls as well. You can't have any trip hazards. You can't have any peeling paint, things like that. They're a lot more lenient now than they were in the past. But it's just something to keep in mind. If you can handle some of these things up front, it just really helps. And then obviously the last item before I get to that one last and final way to get your house on the market within a week, is work with an experienced realtor. Work with somebody who has worked with estate sales, who have worked with people whose parents have passed away. They can help really guide you through the process. They have resources that they can refer to you. They can coordinate it all. They've been through it, so they know, some of the things that might pop up, whether it be probate or, even just scheduling issues. They are experienced in that. Like I said, I've done it several times and have come across a lot of different issues between probate and foreclosure and just having no relatives whatsoever to be able to do any of this stuff. So get yourself a good realtor. The realtor can also help with the accurate pricing for the market. Again, they can help if you want to make updates. They can give you an idea of, if you make these updates, I think this is a good starting price. If you don't want to make updates, we can come in a little bit lower. Again, every house will sell as long as the price matches the condition. The realtor also really knows how to market that home. I work for Century 21. We market out to over 250 websites. The broker that I work for has 21 offices, over 800 agents. He offers an incentive to us to actually sell our own listings. So if one of the other 800 agents in my offer can bring a buyer to my listing, my broker will actually give them an extra incentive. So it matters who you hire and what brokerage you go with and how many agents they have and how experienced they are and how well known they are and how trusted they are. It really matters. And again, as a real estate agent, we have photographers we work with. We know the good angles to take and the things that count and the things that don't. And a good realtor, even when the photographer comes, will move things around and go room from room and move this out of the shot, move this into the shot. It just makes a big difference to have somebody who has done it before and knows what they're doing. Okay. The last thing, if you want to get your house or your parents' house on the market right away, you don't want to do anything, I have resources that I can contact. And I actually did this with my the last house. I was selling it for this wonderful couple. Neither of them could live in their house anymore. Unfortunately, they both ended up in wheelchairs. They lived in a colonial. They had been in assisted living for several years and didn't know what to do with their house. They had no children. And the owner happened to be talking to a friend of mine that he saw at the hospital. And the friend told him to give me a call. Within a week, I had a company out there. They assessed the situation. We set them up. They came out, cleaned out the entire home. Within 3 days, we had it on the market, sold it the first day. So I work with several companies. The company that we used for this one was Estate Pros. They come in, what they did, and they can do an estate sale, but unfortunately in this instance, there wasn't enough valuable furniture to warrant the estate sale, but they had a lot of other things. But for an estate sale company, the garage sale items don't bring in, unfortunately, the amount that they need to cover their overhead. So what we did is we coordinated with Habitat for Humanity and other donation companies. Estate Pros came in, put everything in trucks. We had Habitat for Humanity there. They cleaned out the entire house in 1 day. Then I had a cleaning service come in. They scrubbed it from top to bottom. We had pictures done the next day, and we were on the market the next day. And again, first day on the market, we had several offers. So within 3 weeks, that couple received the proceeds that they needed to be able to pay for their assisted living. A couple other companies there's a company called Got Junk. And then there's also, if you've heard of College Hunks Hauling Junk, they actually come out and they can help you move things around. They can help you box things up. They can help you haul things away. A lot of these companies charge by the truckload to haul things away, or charge by the hour to help, do any of the grunt work that you might need done. So that's just something to keep in mind. Again, if this is something that you're going through and you just don't know where to turn, give me a call. I'd be happy to give you any advice. Whether or not you want to use me, I completely understand, but I've been through it myself. I've helped several other families through it, so I would really love to help you. I know how emotional it is, and I just want to help you. So keep me in mind and watch for the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe my channel so you can see when the next one's coming out. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.